Courtney, and thank you so much for joining me here on my channel. I'm going to be chatting to you today about how to set some smart goals for yourself so that you can achieve some really big imaginative ideas. So if you're interested in that, please hit the subscribe button and ring the little notifications bell so that you know when I'm posting, and feel free to check out the rest of the videos on my channel. Today's smart goals are really important. I normally sit down at the start of every single year and set out about 4 or 5 really big goals with my partner, Ryan, that we're going to achieve over the next 12 months or so. So setting goals is really important. Sometimes we'll set big ones, sometimes we'll set small ones, but we also try to set a variety of goals that are for a holistic lifestyle. So we want to set some health goals, we also want to set some financial goals, goals in different areas, maybe a travel goal, depending on what you're interested in. Try and set some goals in different areas and make sure you're always challenging yourself to set something that's going to push you a little bit harder to achieve that at the end of the time. Now let's talk about how you can make your goals the smartest, okay? Smart goals are ones that are specific, they are measurable, they are achievable, they are realistic, and they are time bound. If you follow those 5 points, I bet you're going to have a far better time in achieving the things that you really want in your life, okay? And being able to know that you're eating away at those bigger goals, okay? Taking little bites, realistic bite-sized pieces of bigger goals that you're trying to achieve. The way that I've done this, and the examples I'm going to give you now, talk through how we saved money to build our own house. So right now I'm living in a brand new house, and the goals that we set for this were really, really hard goals, but we made them all by keeping them within those 5 points. I'm going to give you some examples of those now. So first of all, the S in SMART stands for specific. Your goals need to be really detailed. I don't want you to be broad. I don't want you to say, I want to save for a house. Saving for a house is a great goal, but it's not something that you can necessarily know that you've ticked it off like when you've done it. So what I want you to do is be really specific. How much do you need to save for that house or for that house deposit, okay? So I want you to write down a number. Go ahead, do the research, run the numbers through a few online calculators, or talk to a mortgage broker if you're going to be buying a house, and know exactly how much you need to save for the deposit so that your goal is that specific. So if you're saving for a house, note that you need to save $50,000 for your house. That would be the specific part of your goal. The next part in SMART is the M, the measurable. If you were specific in the S, then measurable should be pretty easy for you. For instance, with that house goal I just said of setting a $50,000 savings goal, you'll know in your bank account how close you're getting to that goal. You can see every time you put money in there how much further you have to go, and you can measure whether you're getting closer or whether you're slowing down and how fast you're achieving that goal. You can check how much you were saving this month compared to last month, and if you're getting better at saving or getting slower at saving. So that's telling you whether you're measuring it correctly, but that is so important to know that you are getting closer to your goal, and that's going to make you work even harder to achieve it. The next part is A, an achievable goal. Don't set a goal that is way above what you can achieve. For instance, this goal that I've been giving you as a money example of saving for a house, you should be able to sit down, and I will be doing other videos, so make sure you have a look at my channel about saving for a house. And you need to be able to sit down and see your budget, know exactly how much you can save per month, and be able to put that aside and know that that's working away at the goal. Don't set a goal for yourself that you don't think you can achieve. If you don't think it's achievable, make the goal a little bit easier, or perhaps make it into smaller bite-sized pieces. Maybe make it into 2 or 3 goals over different amounts of time to make it a little easier on yourself, but make sure it is always achievable. You need to be realistic with yourself. If it's a goal that is far too big, like I said, breaking it down into bite-sized pieces is a really good tactic to make sure that you're going to get to that goal. Sometimes if you've got a really big goal, so the financial one that I keep using as an example now, might be too huge to do in 6 months. So maybe you just need to break it down into 3-month goals. So 4 3-month goals. So at the end of that 12 months, you've got it. But maybe if you break it down into 4 goals set over 3 months each. You can check how you're tracking. Again, with them being measurable, that should be really easy to know if you are on target or if you're coming a little lower. And that way you're not hitting your goals. That way, if you are not quite getting there each quarter, you can readjust that goal so that you are ticking the box and you're achieving that goal every single quarter if you've changed it to be quarterly. So make sure that they are realistic and do your checks. Check against your budget, check against whatever you'd like to assess yourself against. If it's a goal that has to do with a health or fitness project that you're working on, if you want to be able to run 5 kilometers, track your runs, and when you know that you're getting closer and closer and closer, you'll see that you'll eventually get there. But if you are not getting close to those goals, then maybe give yourself a smaller bite to work at. Or the last part of SMART is the time-bound section. So being time-bound is so important. Like I kept saying before, if you have a 12-month goal, or maybe you want to make it quarterly goals, so 3 months at a time that you're tackling, you need to put a date on your goal. Write a date, not a month, okay, not a year. Write a specific day of a month of a year, okay? And that way you can put it on your calendar and you can work towards that and break it down in those smaller bite-sized pieces like I was talking about. So that way you know if you're trying to save $50,000 in 12 months, that by June, you need to have had $25,000 saved, or you need to have a really good plan if you don't have $25,000 saved to get the extra money you need, okay, to get that $50,000 by the end of the 12 months. So just to recap for you again, our goals that we're going to be setting need to be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. If every single goal you're setting has those 5 points to it, then you are going to make it really easy for yourself to know that you're achieving great things. And you can go out now and write down these goals on a piece of paper. So what I want you to do next is get a pen, get a piece of paper, sit down now and have a think about areas of your life. Maybe break it down into some big subgroups. Maybe think of different areas, whether you want to work on finance, fitness. You could also work on cleanliness, if it's keeping your room tidy or making your bed every single morning. That's a great one as well, but make sure you're getting those 5 points of measuring that as well. So maybe if you aren't making your bed at the moment now, set yourself a goal to make your bed every single day for the next week, at least 5 days. Something like that, that you can measure it, that you can tick some boxes, okay? And don't forget to celebrate the small wins. Sometimes those small wins are the things that will get you to that finish line so much happier and so much faster. Especially with a financial goal, like I said, we save for this house that I'm in right now, and breaking it down and really celebrating those small wins makes it so much easier. When you know you're sacrificing something, like your hard-earned money that you used to spend quite willy-nilly on dinners or spoiling yourself, when you know that you are putting the extra effort in to save that money, you want to make sure you do celebrate when you do hit milestones. If you're saving a large amount of money, for instance, when you hit 10,000 and 25,000, do something a little bit special just to spoil yourself. Maybe go out for dinner one night because you know that you have sacrificed plenty of other dinners out to be able to earn that one dinner as a little surprise and present for yourself for doing so well. So go forth, write down your goals now, and don't forget those 5 points again. Thank you so much for joining me today here on my channel. If you've liked what I've talked about, don't forget to subscribe down below and ring that little notifications bell so that you know every time I post. Thanks.